In the 1800s, there was estimated to be around 1.2 million lions in the world. As we speak, there are around 20,000 lions left in this world. The population has been in a steep decline during the last 100 years, and some of those lions live in zoos. And for many people, that is a problem. Zoos will never be able to offer a perfect representation of the wild, but they do offer one thing that the wild can't offer: safety. We're not just talking about safety for an individual animal. Zoos could mean the safety for an entire species, where the animals can survive without poachers and environmental hazards like city expanding, garbage, and pollution.
And yes, we do know that there are zoos with terrible living conditions for animals, where they don't get the space or stimulation they need. And we don't mean to defend those places, but it is important to remember that the concept and idea of a zoo and the work they do are important. We should encourage and support those places where people do all they can to help. Because this lion might live to become the father of the last lion.
In some cases, like with the gorilla, it's hard to do a sufficient job at location. Poaching, civil war, and several Ebola outbreaks have all taken their toll on the population, and when the numbers are so low that these factors can take out a significant portion of the total number, when we as people in many, if not most of the cases, are responsible for the diminishing numbers, it is our duty to do what we can to help these animals. And when the place where they should live is uninhabitable, we have no other choice but to relocate them. Not permanently, but until we can rebuild and recreate the pastures, the forests, and the jungles, we should do what we can to keep them safe. We should learn from, care for, and look after these individuals.
There are those who feel that it is inherently wrong that the animals are treated as an attraction. And in an ideal world, that wouldn't be necessary. But in this day and age, we have come to a point where that might be the best realistic solution. If many countries are not willing to throw around enough money to support the local wildlife, how can we then expect them to save wildlife on another continent? With that in mind, is it really that bad that we, the public, pay money to see and learn about animals from all over the world that might need our help? By keeping children interested and invested in these animals, they might encourage the next generation of politicians and activists that we need to better our understanding and care for the animals where they live. So that this chimpanzee can be the grandfather to a free chimpanzee.
We should not see the animals as merely attractions, but as ambassadors. Ambassadors for their own species living in another country where they can help to keep us invested in them. Animals like Coco, the gorilla that knows sign language. Speaking our language might not be its natural behavior, but it sure as hell makes the gorilla more relatable. Being able to see the animals and learn from the people working with them is important. If every animal just lived isolated by itself in their own pocket of this world, many people would probably never hear about them before they hit the news as the next extinct animal on our kill list.